Dear students, let us start the discussion on 1st October 2016 newspaper. So the first article is related to Afghanistan. Now, if you see, when the national unity government has come to power in Afghanistan, the President Ashraf Ghani wanted to have the relationships with Taliban, and he wants to bring the Taliban for negotiations because he believed strongly that no stability can be achieved in Afghanistan without the involvement of the Taliban. So he went in for close cooperation with Pakistan to mediate the talks. And then US, Pakistan, Afghanistan and China, that is called Afghanistan Quadrant on one side, have called the Taliban for the talks. But however, the Murree talks have miserably failed. Then the Ashraf Ghani, he started looking other way round. He started attempting himself directly to negotiate with the Taliban. He is desperate. He wants to show to the world that that the Talibans have been brought onto the table for negotiation. So in the process, there is a peace agreement between government of Afghanistan headed by the President Ashraf Ghani and warlord Gulbuddin Hekmatyar, who is the chief of an extremist faction. So in these circumstances, the Hazabi Islami, which is headed by Hekmatyar, is responsible for killings in Kabul. And Hekmatyar himself has been called as the butcher of Kabul. And America has declared him as a global terrorist. Now, a person who has such a record, why the Afghan government wants to go for a peace agreement with him? The reason is very clear. Mr. Ghani wants to send a message to the Taliban that yes, the negotiations are possible, and if Talibans are ready to abide by the constitution of Afghanistan, so they can be given a major share or role in the Afghan politics. So that's what is the message he wants to send across the table. Now coming to Uri attack. Now before going to this Uri attack, now every prime minister had a challenge in managing the Pakistan and India's relations, particularly with that nation. So in that scenario, there are ups and downs in the career of every prime minister, and there are policy vacillations with regard to the Pakistanis concerned. Now if you see, the Vajpayee era, the 1999, the Kargil war has happened, but the inflicting point was 2001 attack on the Indian Parliament. Then Operation Parakram was started. And in this Operation Parakram, India has mobilized its army to the borders with the expenditure of $1.2 billion. And Pakistan also reacted to it, and there was a huge expenditure on its side. Now, at that point of time, the United States has intervened, and US wants the cooperation of the Pakistan army on off-pop border. So that's why US is not ready to or else accept any irritation between India and Pakistan which can deviate attention of the Pakistan army away from Afghanistan. So, after that, the Prime Minister Manmohan Singh era, the Mumbai attacks, these are the inflicting points. So again, there was no information or intelligence data to conduct the precision attacks at that point of time. But however, some serious steps were taken by India to control the terrorist infiltration into India. That is NatGrid, National Investigation Agency, and National Counter-Terrorism Center. These are the various institutions which have been created by the Manmohan Singh government. And now, the Modi government, it has a unique advantage. He has got absolute party support and also absolute majority in Lok Sabha. So in these circumstances, the improvement in the intelligence machinery has provided for credible data to India, and which has helped for Indian army to take up the surgical strikes across the line of control. So, but however, it also clearly has exposed the lacunae in India's border management, which India has to plug it in. So this is what is the essence of this article. On the other hand, the diplomatic war against the Afghanistan was always undertaken by India, either Vajpayee era, Manmohan Singh era, and it has yielded its dividends. So that's why the Modi government, whatever the diplomatic offensive it has started, it need to continue against the Pakistan. Now coming to taking the road less dusty. If you take the WHO Global Health Risk Report, more than 6 lakh deaths are happening in India due to air pollution. And in this small particulate matter less than 2.5 microns, it is the major reason for respiratory illness and other ischemic deaths. So in this, how India has to tackle this problem? The first one is the construction and demolition related activity is the major reason for the particulate matter. So it has to be brought in down. So the rules or the municipal rules which are being framed for this need to be strictly implemented. And if you take the cities such as Delhi, so there are thermal plants close to that, and these thermal power plants need to be closed down, which already the Delhi government has taken a decision. And after that, especially in the residential areas, the industrial centers need to be separated or need to be shifted away from residential areas. Now, in the Punjab, there is a habit of burning the rice straw and wheat straw after the yield has come up. Because of this, the dust which has been raised after burning, it reaches up to the capital of Delhi. And along with that, the vehicle management and pavements are managing the pavements. All these are also very critical for the management of pollution. So India has to manage the pollution and the roads, which is necessary for the health of the people. Now coming to Kaveri issue. Now the Supreme Court of India, the apex court, it has given two important judgments. One is to release the water to Tamil Nadu, which Karnataka government did not oblige. And Supreme Court took this as an exception and it gave it the final warning to release the water. And the second thing is the Supreme Court also has recommended for permanent Kaveri River Management Board. So the center always has moved away from its responsibility to create the permanent structures as to implement the tribunal award. That is the reason for the perpetuation of the interstate river water disputes, and the Supreme Court's judgment has to be welcomed in this scenario. Now coming to line of control. India has conducted the surgical strikes against the terror launch pads across the line of control. But Pakistan civilian government and army have denied the same, and they are in the continuous denial mode about the thing. So these are the articles for today. Thank you very much and all the best.